It says we think I'm good. I got a new job. I got a new house. I've received some things. I'm not as bad as the person next door to me, so I must be doing okay. We are deceiving ourselves. Because God does not analyze us. He does not look at us or determine based on a group method, but all of us will have to stand before the Lord for ourselves. And on that day, we've got to ask, where has our time been with him? Have we spent time? Do we know him? Do we have enough of the word of God inside of us that when trials come, we don't fall out on the floor and faint face down in the mud because a tough thing has happened, but we stand up in the word of God. We're not in denial. We are not minimizing. Hurts, but the word is able to encourage and reflect the truth of who we are. The person who is simply a hearer of the word and not a doer of the word is no different than a person who looks in a mirror, sees their reality, and says, I'm not going to do anything about it. Now, I believe that some of you have some good friends who would tell you, hey, brother, sister, friend, you got something right here on your face. You have friends like that? You can always tell a friend because once you look in the mirror and you realize, I sat with them for 2 hours and they never told me that I had some lint right here on the corner of my face, and my good friend didn't even want to tell me. It'd be the same thing as looking in the mirror, seeing that something is wrong, and then saying, not going to do anything about it. That's what James says here is the person who simply hears the word and not does the word. Because when you look into the word, he gives you insight. He gives you direction. He gives you understanding. You come to the word with a misunderstanding and an uncertainty, and I don't understand what's going on in my life. I don't understand how I should respond to this. But when you look into the word, Hebrews chapter 4, verse number 12, one of my favorite verses, tells us that the word of God is living and active and sharper than a surgeon's two-edged scalpel. And it has the capacity to discern fact from fiction, spiritual from fleshly. It's able to cut it apart. And then in verse 13, it tells us that no creature can hide from the word of God. It makes all things naked. It uncovers all things. You want to know what the truth is of the situation you're find yourself in right now? Get into the word. It will tell you. It will reflect the truth of who you are and how you are and why you are. Yes, you come from a family and you've been wired that way, and your mother was that way, and your father was that way, and your great-great-grandfather was that way. But get into the word. It will reflect to you. It will show you the truth. It will mirror who you really are.